and welcome to Hedgehog Hollow. Today I'm here with LGRS and I'm putting into practice some of those Copic skills I recently learned in Columbus. So let's take a look. So I've already stamped out the I Can't Reach from Candy Bean, the lovely little darlings rubber stamp range, and I've stamped that out using some My Favourite Things black hybrid, and I've got some great colour combinations I'm going to take you through before I start colouring. So I have found a new favourite for hair whilst I was on my Copic training. That's a YR14, a YR18 and an E19. Then for her skin, I found this E93 is a wonderful blush colour, along with the YR000, the E11 and the E13 for her skin colours. I'm going to be using the E31, 35 and 37 for the mouse, alongside the wood as an E21, an E23 and an E25. For the Christmas tree, I've chosen a G20, a G28 and a G24. For her skirt, we're going to work with a BV23, a V04 and a BV00. For the baubles, I've got a range of C's, so I've taken a 1, a 3, a 5, a 7 and a 9, and as I go along I'll pick out which ones I want to use. And finally for her fur, I'm going to be using a W1, 3 and 5. So now I can get colouring. You can watch some of the new techniques I've picked up. We will be covering them in the alcohol marker skill builder once we've covered all the different types of pens, but hopefully you'll also learn something from the way that I'm now going to colour these in. So we finished colouring out our girl and I'm so pleased with how she came out. We're going to add a few more finishing details once we have her all mounted up. I've also cut her out using the My Favourite Things mod rectangle stacks. I think these are really nice just to add that bit of interest. You can see you have 2 curved corners and 2 pointy corners, and I just think that's a little bit nicer or a little bit more interest than just having it flat. The other thing I want to do is I want to ground them, so I'm using my W1 here, and I am just, anywhere there's an item, you can see I'm just using some pen flecks just to make her actually look like she's on the ground. So you can see the difference that that makes. You don't need to do anything particularly difficult with the grounding, just make it look like they're actually on the ground. A little bit of shadow that would be cast out. So it's just using my W1, and I think that just really finishes it off nicely. I've also pre-cut in the next size up from those mod stacks some Noble Fur from Fawn. I'm going to use my Tonic Funky Tape Runner to stick this onto my green piece, just for a nice matting layer. Like so. And I also have my card base, my half 8.5 by 11, and this is a piece of the new LDRS Christmas paper. It's single-sided, and it's a little bit more sturdy than standard scrapbook paper, which I think is really nice. I've cut this down to 4 by 5.25 for a nice matting layer again. Always mount my cards up with one flap open like this. Like so. And I'm going to use some foam to pop this up. So I have my big roll of foam tape next to me, so I'm going to cut my usual large piece off. And then I'm going to stick this down. So, and then I'm going to stick this onto my card front as normal, and then we're going to add a few finishing touches just to really make that pop. I love this traditional holly underneath. I think it really brings out those lovely green tones that we have there in the tree. So I am just grabbing a couple of bits out my drawer. I'm putting it upside down there. So the first thing I have is my Kirarina Wink pen, which you've seen me use lots of times before. It's a really nice bright white pen, and I'm going to add that highlight back into those silver baubles with it, like so. And it's great that the artist has given us that clue as well with that. Plus I'm going to use a little bit of glitter just here on the star. These are the Spica or Spica pens from Copic. And they add a lovely bit, and they work really well with the Copics. They're not going to make it run, they just add that nice little bit of shine in there. And I'm going to finish it off with some glossy accents. So I pipe a little bit out onto the back of my hand, first of all, like so. And now I'm going to put these down. You can see here, just very carefully going over my baubles and my star. Then I'll leave this to dry for a little while, maybe 20 minutes, half an hour, and it will be all done for you. So there we are, there are finishing touches. So you can see on your screen now how they came out. Don't they look so sweet? And I love that extra touch the glossy accents adds onto there. I also love that stippling on the mouse. Her little freckles on her cheeks just make her stand out lovely. That fur looks wonderful with those warm greys, and that little bit of grounding just really makes them look like they're on the ground rather than floating in midair. Thank you so much for joining me here today at Little Darlings Rubber Stamps. Do hit those subscribe buttons for both the LDRS channel and the Hedgehog Hollow channel, and we hope to see you again very soon. Happy stamping! Bye!